once a month, we wanted to introduce one of our coaches and have a little Coach Corner chat live on Tuesday nights. And so the first wonderful victim that decided to do this is our Step 4 coach, Diane LaCourte, and she is our transition coach. And so when you are all done your Step 2 locale and you have reached your goal, or you're almost at your goal, or you're taking a quick break because you're going to come back to it, you're going to be transferred over to Coach Diane if you are going into a transition step.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and thank you for taking care of our clients when they are in this very scary, somewhat fragile step because they're freaking out. They don't want to come off the diet. They're afraid they're going to gain the weight back. Oh my gosh.
That's
You're
true.
there to hold their hand and
Holding
hand. But one thing I do want to say before we start, holding hands is different in Step 4 than Step 2. So we are really empowering our Step 4 clients to know that we can give you the information and you can look at it and you can ask questions and then take it from there. But don't hesitate to ask questions and text and call and ask for clarification. Okay, so first off, let's just hear a little bit about who you are, Miss Diane.
Well, I'm a lot of things. My primary way of making a living is I'm a counselor. I'm a minister. So I do everything from performing weddings to funerals and anything that a minister does in between there. I'm also a Reiki master, so I work with healing. I had a spiritual growth and healing center when I was in New Jersey until 7 years ago when I moved down here to North Carolina. So now I do everything remote. I used to be a medic, used to train EMTs, so I have a medical background. I've done a lot of things, and I'm an artist, which is how I de-stress myself.
Nice. Do you do a lot of art nowadays?
I do.
Yes. Good. All right. So how has Breakthrough M2 helped you?
Well, aside from the, you feel better overall, energy, physical, mentally, all of that, that goes without saying. As you lose weight, you start to feel better that way. Yeah. But it really helped me on an emotional level. Mm-hmm. I no longer dreaded going into a store because I had to buy clothes, or walking past a mirror because that was anathema to me, walking past a mirror. Yeah. I emotionally feel better about myself. Not only being physically smaller and not minding shopping or doing that type of thing, but it was being in control of myself and finding that happiness and sense of well-being that I thought I'd lost.
Yeah.
And I have it back, and it's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, and I think that, almost everything you just mentioned was what we call non-scale victories. Mm-hmm. Those hashtag non-scale victories. And that awareness piece is so important to being successful in Step 4, but in beyond. That mm-hmm. awareness piece that, we want people to really embrace, because having that here, to impress it down here is where that permanent change will happen. And, permanent stick-to-itiveness.
True.
The things that we have to do for ourselves to keep ourselves on that wellness path, however we define wellness. So yeah, that's awesome. And why did you, besides me saying to you, hey, Diane, you want to become a coach for us? Because I really like you. Why did you become a coach?
Well, I'm one of those people that like giving back and paying it forward. This program impressed me by my own success. I mean, I tried every diet program out there and failed. The diets failed miserably. Mm-hmm. I stuck to them. So I didn't fail, but I felt like a failure. Yeah. And I was able to succeed in this. And I guess I just want other people to feel as successful as I do. And what better way to do that than to be a coach for them?
Awesome. Yeah. Part of our company's vision statement that actually I just alluded to, our vision statement says we provide the tools and the support necessary for any willing and able person to discover and define their own personal truth of wellness through profound weight loss. We've asked everybody recently, just because I had this big aha moment, to define what their what's your truth of wellness? Like, what is your wellness statement? And so if you would like to share that with everybody, I'd love that.
Well, that's actually a very tough question.
It's for me too.
It took some introspection to come up with an answer. But I guess my wellness is to live my best life, built on the foundation that I created in locale and built upon through transition and then into 90/10, so that I could live my life happy, pain-free, and just be who I want to be without any of that extra baggage.
Yeah. My wellness statement definitely included like a little bit of all of that too. You know, it included a lifestyle that supports certain, those pieces that I want. And I think that's the key for everybody, all of our clients watching. That's the key, like defining what you want your life to look like. What kind of lifestyle do you need to cultivate to be the person that you want to be? So, how does your lifestyle support that person that you want to be? Awesome. All right. So what's your best advice for someone just starting this journey that might have had disappointments with weight loss from the past, or just aren't sure if they can even do this program?
My best advice would be, number one, make the phone call. Order the drops, talk to your coach every single week. Because even if it's something small that's bothering you, they can help you through it.
Yeah.
And following all points of the program, you take your drops, you weigh your food, you drink your water. Do your affirmations. It may sound silly, but doing those daily affirmations and journaling will give you so much insight into yourself so that you can heal. It's amazing. And really, if I could do this program and go from a size 18 to a size 4 after failing miserably in many, many programs, and being postmenopausal makes it even more difficult to lose weight. But if I can do that, man, anybody can do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors in that story, right? And then coming out the other side. Yeah. And we hear that all the time, right? We hear, I have a thyroid issue, I have PCOS. What about menopause? What about busy schedule? What about I hate prepping my food? What about? And it's really all about just staying the course and just putting yourself all out there and knowing that you can do it. But it's about staying plugged into that support, like you said, and working on reminding yourself who you really are, like the affirmations. Yeah. What's your best advice for low-cal member? Because they're watching.
So, number one, most important, get all your water in every single day. Don't skimp on your water. Super, super important. Weigh all your food. Create a pattern with your eating that you can bring forward for the rest of your life.
Right.
If you always eat willy-nilly, your weight is always going to be willy-nilly. But if you keep your eating within certain time parameters, the best you can on a daily basis to create that pattern. And once you create a pattern and you start living that pattern, it makes it easier to stick to a program.
Yeah. Agreed. Awesome. That's advice for a step 4 client. They're in transition. They're freaking out.
Okay, so first, make a call with me.
Yes. Yes.
Set up a call with me.
Yeah.
Invest in the blood type supplement list book.
That's big. It's a big idea.
It will really, really help you define what foods are best for your body. So
Mhm.
that's a biggie. And listen to your body. If you eat something and you're tired, you're gassy, you're after you eat it, it's probably not a good food for your body. Your body's saying, hey, I don't like that one. Take it
Yeah.
out of your pool. Favorite food, have it once or twice a year. Don't have it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And maintain weighing all your foods, and the structure, the foundation you created in locale, maintain that in transition. Weighing your food, prepping your food. I've been out of the program for 2.5 years, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I come home from the grocery store, all the meat goes into the sink, and then I take a package out at a time, and everything gets weighed out. And I take freezer paper, and everything goes in the freezer, in freezer bags, in freezer paper, all the right weight.
Perfect.
But I cook everything fresh every time. So I just take out lunch, I take out dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you've come up with that system for yourself, and you've just stuck with it.
I have. And, the top shelf of the freezer is my husband's, and the bottom shelf of the freezer is mine.
Right.
Because he's a guy, he went through the program also.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he eats, his weight is, meat weight is higher than mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, his stuff is up here, my stuff is down here.
Yep. Yep. Okay. And what is your best advice for someone ready to leave transition and now they're flying into non-diet life completely? They're scared to death, but they're doing it. You're going to kick them out of the nest.
I'm going to sound like a broken
Get your Alula wings on.
Don't stop weighing your food or yourself daily.
Yes.
Drink half your body weight in ounces. Be happy. Find a flow with your food where you're no longer focused on food. Like your life doesn't revolve around food. Your food supports the life you want to live.
Right.
And stop rewarding yourself with food. Don't use food as a reward. Most of us were brought up as children. We got food as a reward.
Mm-hmm.
And we've taken that into adult life.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Reward yourself with other things. Go for a massage, get your nails done, your hair done, read a book, go for a walk in the park. Something that makes you happy, something that you enjoy. Reward yourself that way.
Yeah.
Instead of with food.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I want to thank you for doing this interview. I think that this is very beneficial for all of our potential members, current members, almost, ready to move out members, all of them, because somebody has said, I get in a lot of different conversations online and, networking and stuff. Well, does it help me keep it off? Well, there's no magic pill to living your life.
Well,
you know what I mean?
As long as you bring forward the habits that you learn in the program,
yeah,
you do fine. If you're going to go back to eating Fruit Loops and bologna sandwiches every day,
yep,
you're going to gain the weight back.
Right.
This is a lifestyle change. This is not, let me lose the weight and go back to what I was doing before.
Right.
This is a learning process. Let me learn what's good for my body, how much my body needs, and move forward with that.
Yeah.
And then you maintain it and you don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And if there's any kind of weight fluctuations, what I do want to remind our clients out there is that, we are a phone call away. And, if there's something that you're struggling with, you need to contact us so that it doesn't get out of hand.
Right.
If you're seeing 5 pounds after a week of kind of just being willy-nilly, all right, it can come off, but you have got to nip it right away and call somebody right away. that's what we're there for. And, you know, I don't think enough people take advantage of that. But we'll get them. We'll get them.
Well, I tell all my transition clients, text me.
Mm-hmm.
You have a problem, text me. As long as you text me before you hit that 7-pound mark, I could probably help get you back down to close to maintenance.
Yep.
You flip over that 7 pounds, go back to dry.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot to come off in moving your food around a little bit. But, yeah, I'm always a phone call away. All they have to do is text me.
Yep. All right. All right. Well, thank you, Coach Diane. And
you are very welcome.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
And yeah, we'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye.